Model like, okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. 2024 Audi RS3. These go for about 60 to 65K, which is actually right around MSRP, so they've held their value quite well. We're powered by a 2.5-liter turbo inline-5, making 401 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 7-speed DCT. Like I say, it looks sharp, it looks good for a modern vehicle. I think this is a little bit polarizing, how you have blue, and then the black just, you know, you may want some more breakup between a big grille. This actually gives you an illusion that the grille is even larger, more of a modern thing. I don't think that part is going to age very well, but it's a nice, compact, sporty, enthusiast-focused car. We've got strut in the front, multi-link in the rear, weighs in right around 3,600 pounds, and it's all-wheel drive with a torque vectoring rear differential, which makes it good for 0 to 60 in 3.3 seconds and a quarter mile in 11.8. This thing is clearly no slouch. Now, compared to the S3, this is the RS3, right? The top tier, S3 below it. The RS3 has upgraded brakes, stiffer suspension, unique wheels on stickier performance tires. It actually has a reverse stagger, which is really funny. So 265 up in the front and then 245 in the rear. And the reason why is because it's a front-wheel drive based all-wheel drive system, and they want you to get more of that balanced feel, so give more grip to the front, less to the rear, so you can hopefully get a little bit more rotation on the tail end. The car is stock except for a JB4 tune, but he's put it at the setting that balances smoothness and power, so not in the max power setting. Interior, very clean, very modern. The Germans do interiors in a tasteful way, although I don't know how well the piano black is going to age. So by pressing the RS button, we're going to go into performance, and we're also going to turn off traction. The reason being is that it allows you to then do launch control. And to do a launch, get on the brake. Holy shit! That thing is quick, putting the all-wheel drive to good use. Really, really sharp and quick right off the line. First impression is that this thing is reminding me of a, whoa, what is this? Right, a poorly secured mattress on a U-Haul truck. This thing is reminding me of a BMW, actually. In the sense that it has a similar flavor, the German performance sedan flavor, which we're going to get to shortly. But the reason I say that is because you have a crap ton of performance with this vehicle. It is so incredibly capable. But it doesn't make you feel that much. What you feel is from the sheer speed and performance. This thing is quick. I like it's nice and small. It's still kind of on the heavier side, 3,600 pounds. Maybe not terrible by modern standards. I don't know, you tell me. So incredibly capable. Engine has that character, inline-5, just such a unique noise. Little baby V10 they call it because of the resonance, the frequencies that it's hitting, the sound note, the character. Very much turbocharged though. A lot of like, okay, that's kind of weird. I don't know if you guys can see that on camera. When I'm getting on throttle mid-corner and towards corner exit, the back end is like pushing me. It's trying to artificially rotate the car more from the back. It's like it's overcompensating for being a front-wheel drive based all-wheel drive system. So remember, they have the wider section width in the front, the skinnier in the rear, and they're doing this torque vectoring trickery to try to make it feel less front-wheel drive. They're ashamed of the true identity and they want you to forget about it. So they're hoping to cover that up with these little tricks and gimmicks. But I don't like that. It does not feel natural. You're turning, and then you get more on the throttle. The the boost builds, and then boom, the rear end is starting to rotate more, and you lose confidence in the car. I don't want that when I'm pushing the car at 6 or 7 tenths. Suspension is well damped, definitely on the softer side. But for a daily driver vehicle, I mean, this is not going to be your first choice for a track toy, right? I think the way the suspension is set up is quite good, and the quality of the damping, it's very comfortable. Not getting excess motion over some of these larger bumps, although most of this road is smooth. Now what if I change this into individual mode? This actually takes the torque vectoring to balanced rather than sport. That actually feels closer to natural. You're now not getting as much of that power-induced rotation, which you would want from a sporty rear-wheel drive vehicle. What they're trying to trick you, they're doing like this cheaper trickery version of that, but this is more true to the car, having this imbalanced where, yeah, it's all-wheel drive. It's not trying to be something it's not. Let's go back. RS torque mode, torque rear mode. Yeah, you feel it again. Maybe it's a stepwise progression. Maybe like balanced is the most natural, and then the sport is where you get that unnaturalness, and then maybe the torque rear mode is even more so because they want you to be able to drift the car. Interesting. Can't say I'm a big fan of that. I mean, I'm impressed by the performance of the car, but the reason I say it feels like a similar flavor to BMW is that what BMW in modern day is doing, they're essentially impressing you and wowing you with performance, with engineering, and saying, look at what we can accomplish in modern day. Engineering marvel. But you're not going to feel much emotionally. The emotion you feel is due to the sheer speed. Great chassis on the M3s, on the M2s, but it's so numb. And the M2 as well will sometimes feel a little bit, skittish and not very confidence inspiring. And similarly, this RS3 has a similar level of unease, but not due to this on its toes nature of the M2, but more because the torque vectoring in the rear is just unnatural and it's not doing what you're expecting it to do. So that's why I say BMW and Audi in this modern era, they're converging in a way. It's like the same dish, different recipes. They want to impress you with sheer speed and engineering prowess and capability, but they're not going to give you that sense of naturalness. They're not going to give you a sense of communication with the vehicle. They're both, in my mind, more vehicles that you can really push in 6 or 7 tenths and not get into trouble and not get in over your head, while also being able to commute in relative comfort. So like they're good dual duty in that way, but if you want something that's more sharp and focused and natural and is going to improve your driving skill and is going to grow with you, I don't know, man. This torque vectoring is probably going to teach you bad habits. And if you do have experience behind the wheel handling cars that send power to the rear, then it's going to just feel unnatural. Again, very impressive what Audi has created. Cool engine, the transmission, I couldn't even get to the transmission. Transmission shifts are okay. I mean, sometimes the shift can be a little on the slow side, but when you're in the sporty mode, you get that push back. It's generally quick, although sometimes a little bit slower than you want. They'll actually update the graphic, like right there on that last downshift I did. They'll update the graphic earlier than the actual shift. Now you can hear the shift and you can feel the shift, the engine note, and you can feel it in your seat. But the graphic will occur, a quarter second before. A lot of companies with digital gauges are doing that to trick you into making it feel more responsive, which I think it's hilarious because it works with human psychology, but it's also, it feels pretty disingenuous. I think this car has a lot of potential. The steering is on the number side. It is I think part of that is going to be this this wrap right here, which is not doing it any favors, adding another layer of insulation. Based on what I could feel though, I would say it's a little bit better than a BMW rack in terms of feedback. Both are very direct. This has a more natural steering ratio speed, whereas the BMW is oftentimes over boosted. But yeah, I mean, if you want to really be impressed by a car's capability and its performance, this is going to wow you, but you're losing some of that naturalness. You're losing some of that pleasure behind the wheel of communication and dancing with the car. It's like you do your salsa or whatever other couples dancing, and you do a move and the other person reciprocates, so they respond to you. And here you're doing a move and this thing is like, yeah, no, I'm gonna do something else completely unexpected. And that, I would say, is its biggest weakness. But my friends, let me know what you think of the Audi RS3 with a comment down below. Big thanks to the owner Igor for letting us review his car. Big thanks to Fenton from the Zygreen channel for making this review possible. My friends, if you want your car reviewed, visit us on jabalandcars.com. Fill out the form on the homepage, and I'll see you all in the next one. Much love.